as a researcher by default, I always like to come up with some statistics. Here in the US alone, we have over 24 million individuals who are suffering from the effect of fatherlessness. And so I know we are a lot of people, coming in from different parts of the world. So imagine what it looks like in each continent or each space. It's like a pandemic. The issue of fatherlessness really highlights how very important the men are and how important it is for a man to heal so that he can heal the next generation and the next generation that comes afterwards. The heart that's carried by lots of fathers from my experience is that it's quite invisible, but it lingers on. And father's wound is something that can show up, in a man's insecurity, in inadequacy. Someone mentioned earlier imposter syndrome. Those are the fallout of father and daddy wounds, forms of abuse, financial insecurity. If you've never had a father who actually modeled how to manage money, guess what? You're going to replicate that same pattern. And so most of the dysfunctions that a whole lot of us experience was as a result of the lack of father to daughter or father to, son bond that we could have had growing up. And so this really leaves an emotional hole. And so we see a lot of men or a lot of men out there. We talked about not having friends. Why will a man have a friend with someone when he never felt safe, even with the father at home in the first place? And so the father, who was supposed to be a protector, who was supposed to be a guide, who was to be a shield to this man, actually has left him vulnerable. And now he's like uptight, building so many walls, emotional walls, and is unable to actually release himself and be vulnerable. So when we have men who lack vulnerability, guess what? It's because of the model they saw before them. And so we're gradually getting into a cycle where we're gradually shifting and breaking those patterns. And that's where a lot of us come in, where we're trying to, live a healthy, relationship, whether it's with our kids or with our wives, that kind of takes a different shape and model compared to what has been passed down, from previous generation. And in my practice, just working with different people, I've talked about, I love when someone mentioned earlier about it's okay for the man to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to just experience some of these things that sometimes the society frowns at it and kind of make a man feel like he's weak, but these are the things that really sets him free. So those are the issues when it comes to fatherlessness. Fatherhood or daddy wound is such a deep-seated ache that a lot of manifestations that we see in the lives of most individuals stems from that particular foundation.